10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Son of A.
Coming up today on the chat.
Coming out to camera 3.
Makeup artist who's worked for the likes of Denzel Washington, Selena Gomez, John Stamos, and William Shatner. Renee
30.
Parenteau will join us live. Plus, a mom cancels Christmas because of her quote ungrateful kids. We debate. And the fallout after Rolling Stone apologizes for their false
15.
UVA rape report. Heather Quick is on the case, and the chat starts now.
10. Five. My cue.
Welcome to the chat. I'm Casey DeSantis, and on the chat
Choose up.
today, Tony, Henny, Leanza, and Stacy. So we start with a note,
3.
literally, that was passed during a football game that went viral and is sparked a debate online about whether it is appropriate to wade into other people's relationships. So here's what happened. You see this lady, she's texting on her phone. The man sitting behind her took this photo, allegedly caught her texting romantic things to another man, not the person she apparently came with and who has his arm around her. The man who took this photo was so outraged, especially by the fact that the woman is pregnant, that he felt compelled to do something about it. That's when he pulled out a piece of paper and wrote a note saying the following. Hey bro, I don't know you and you don't know me, but when you get home, check your girl's phone. She's been texting Jason saying she wishes she was with him all day. Take care, wish you the best. Okay, where do we start with this one?
You know what? I think it's a certain kind of
2.
person. He's probably the person who steps in a lot
Go
of
3.
situations. He's the not afraid to get involved kind of person.
3.
But then I think there's also probably some personal history there.
Yes.
Maybe he's been cheated on or something.
And
2.
someone may have
So
said
he
something
certainly
Four.
felt compelled. It reminds me of
3.
that show, What Would You Do? Where
Yes.
they put the
2.
people in the situations where, you know, are you going to step
3.
in or are you not? But I think something was behind all that. He's
2.
been where he
He's
thought
been
that guy
probably.
was. I love the way he greeted him. Hey, bro.
Yeah, and but then he went and put this
1.
whole thing on Facebook.
4.
He put it on
Okay.
his Facebook page.
Do that again, will you?
Facebook.
1.
It was just like, wow. I mean,
2.
okay, I kind of get that he wanted to, get involved because, like you said, I think I agree with you, Stacey, some history. Then he put
4.
it on Facebook.
And that's where all of this
Yeah.
talk
2.
started, because people
3.
were criticizing him, saying, "Hey, that's a relationship you know
Right.
nothing about.
Yeah.
You should not." And
2.
they were saying maybe he was with, or she was with his brother, which wasn't the case because he had his
3.
arm around her, or maybe they're
30.
on again, off again,
2.
whatever. They didn't know the circumstances behind it.
Do we know the outcome
1.
of this? I mean, do we
No.
know what is
2.
No,
And I think
Julianza.
that's why he gets off a
4.
little
Never mind.
easier. Because when you're in the situation and it's somebody you know, there's a lot more like, oh my God, what if I
1.
say something and then she
Right.
hates me and they don't talk to me? He could just say something and be done.
2.
wipe his
Wrap after
hands
this.
and
What about
Four.
reading somebody else's text
3.
messages when they're sitting in front of you? Then there's that whole violation of privacy.
Well, maybe
thing.
the
2.
book was boring.
What about a paternity test?
1.
Oh.
What?
Not Jerry Springer.
2.
That's
Well,
another time during
3.
the
Drop the microphone and walk on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with the
3.
holidays right around the corner, a mother of 3 has decided to cancel Christmas. She says
Stand
she
by
has
stop
had
from
enough
beam.
with her sons and their disrespectful behavior, and she says they have just had this unchecked sense of entitlement. She couldn't take it anymore. Take a look.
B.
I said we should cancel Christmas.
How do they react?
10.
They cried pretty hard. How many times do parents threaten that if you're naughty, there's going to be no Santa? Santa's not going to come. But I never hear any parents
3.
actually follow through on that.
My cue.
Henderson is following through on it, and she says to teach her ungrateful boys a lesson, all the money that they would have spent on Christmas presents, they are now going to use to give back to others. With Christmas now canceled, the money, the parents said, is going to
2.
go back to other people. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's fantastic.
1.
Absolutely.
Whose
I
mic
do
is
too.
that?
She's making a point, and I
2.
believe honestly that this is not about a punishment.
1.
It's really a lesson. She goes on in her blog about talking about that they have been ungrateful.
Oh, sorry, you
they
did
want
tell me there was a tweet,
entitlement,
didn't
they
you?
want, and they get, and they've been, and this is not just we're canceling Christmas.
1.
It came on the heels of them being told many times, look, if you don't change your behavior,
2.
there's going to be
What's
some
this
disciplinary action.
full
and
screen
this is
for?
what they chose. And I think the lesson learned here is
1.
about having a sense of
There's a
gratitude.
tweet up
and
too.
they're taking away
3.
Santa and that
It's just
part
a
of the
picture
holiday, but what
of
they're
their
instilling
family.
and reinforcing
1.
is what the holiday is supposed to be about.
1.
To begin with, and
2.
that's our
It was actually
birthday.
the husband who
3.
came up with the idea, but they were both on the same page.
Right.
But you
We
know
have
what?
I just wanted
2.
to pass along a comment from one
4.
of our viewers, Gerald Rogers, I feel more parents should teach their children that they can't always have anything they want in life and need
One.
to learn to be responsible for their actions.
Absolutely. That's where it starts with
Two.
the parents. I
And
mean,
I-
stop buying them all that mess if you know they're bad.
And I do
Are you
believe.
supposed to get cold?
Three.
Isn't that how it's supposed to
Yes.
work?
Yes.
Two.
Right.
But I honestly, I do think that it's so important
30.
that the discipline or the lesson fits
Two.
the crime. I
Yes.
mean, they're being taught a lesson. It's not just
One.
taking away your weed for the day because you're naughty.
Wrap after this.
2. I thought she said weed.
Yeah,
I was like, what kind of parents? 2. 1. What kind of life leanings I have? 2.
Okay, well, from canceling Christmas to trying to provide for Christmas,
Three.
a cash-strapped British mom says she is selling her own breast milk for $20. I can hear Hank breathing now. For $20 a bottle, so she can pay for her kids' Christmas presents. So far, the mom of 4 has raised $4,750
Damn,
in just
all right.
1 year by auctioning it
You
off
start doing that.
online.
With
First of
breast
all,
milk.
I don't have kids, so I really don't know about this kind of stuff.
1.
But you two can speak to this kind of
Two.
stuff. I mean, she apparently is making, some money selling this.
Well, I mean, it's very valuable
Three.
in terms of its like nutritional value and all that kind of stuff. And apparently,
Two.
like health conscious, like bodybuilders and stuff, they
Yes,
do like
there are
to.
bodybuilders who are buying
They-
this. That's
oh,
one of the
really?
biggest clients.
Yeah. I mean,
What?
Because the high
And-
protein
Four.
based.
yeah, and then
One.
here's the other thing about it, just a little clinical thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can make it forever,
Three.
technically.
But do
I
you
mean,
have to have a
wait a
kid?
That's why they're
Two.
Well,
Can I do it?
No.
One.
Well, I was going to
Two.
go to the store tonight, baby, and I
One.
was going to be pumping
Oh
all
my goodness.
night.
Okay,
Two.
once you get
Oh,
1.
3.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
then,
It's upsetting.
not into this.
As long as you don't stop,
yeah.
4.
you could just keep going. But if you've never, if you're not pregnant, you don't have children,
One.
you can't. It's not like Melrose
None of
Place,
us can
'cause
get
that
it.
happened on
None of
Melrose
Three.
us can get it going right now.
It's not.
It doesn't work.
Got
like
it.
that.
I
4.
got it.
2.
Discovery Channel.
But it's not unheard of for
This whole show
women.
has
1.
It's not unheard of for women to sell their breast milk.
No,
That is
it isn't.
absolutely not. It's not that
Two.
uncommon. It's just that this got so.
Wrap after
because
this.
of Who she's selling it to.
1.
And and why she's doing it and that sort of thing. That's really not unheard of.
2.
It's cool. We both did it.
One.
I mean, it's a pretty,
I
not
don't
sold
think
it.
so.
3.
We didn't sell it, but
I did not.
it's
Two.
a neat
I
experience.
called it liquid gold. I mean,
One.
I
It
wasn't
is.
letting go of that except for well,
Mhm.
you know, the deal.
2.
All right, next.
All right. Well, speaking of
Yeah.
I wasn't giving that to nobody but the baby.
right along here.
Three.
This is a survey of 1,200 people, and it revealed that 35% of them admitted that they will buy gifts solely out of pure obligation alone. The average person will spend $150 on at least 3 obligatory gifts. Do you guys buy gifts for people that you really don't like, but you feel like you have to
No.
2.
do that?
Can I curse on
Got it.
No, you can't.
How many
One.
times have we told you you can't do that?
No. Okay.
And who are these people?
2.
Who are these people?
3.
That
I
you're
am not going to
obligated
spend the
buy?
energy,
2.
the brain cells, the
One.
money, the
You don't
gas in
destroy
my car,
brain cells by
the
thinking.
energy in my fingers to
Two.
shop on the internet
Is that
to
her
give a
mic?
gift
Yes,
to
it's her mic.
anybody breathing
What's
that
going
I
on
don't
with
like.
it?
What if they give you
Is that her hearing?
Four.
Or is
No.
Oh, so you-
2.
Thank
Wasn't
you.
the whole thing is better to give
Thank
than
you.
to see?
And then I
One.
would donate it to the Goodwill Salvation
Oh, so
Army.
you wouldn't even take, what
of
if
the
something
less
really
Next break, we'll
nice?
change your
I'm gonna
battery.
buy for myself, honey.
Really?
Four.
You wouldn't
The
even
battery?
accept, you wouldn't even accept something?
Nope, if
One.
you don't like me, don't give me nothing.
Okay.
But who are the people?
Two.
What
I'm not
asking
sure
is,
if it's the
who
battery,
are
I don't know.
people Who you're buying these
3.
needs to be
gifts
checked
for?
Yeah,
out.
it sounds like the normal bin antenna kind of that noise.
Is.
Oh, also,
Tennis
some
One.
of the managers and supervisors, bosses, they usually buy gifts for their staff, and I'm sure it may be
Well, they
one or
shove
two
these
people that
wires
they don't
everywhere,
really,
so-
they're not too
You have
sure
to,
about.
One.
right? You
Exactly,
have to.
Three.
that's that word again, the
One.
OG word, obligatory.
Because that's not
thing.
really why
Two.
you should buy a gift.
Well, of course, that's what we're saying, who are these people?
But then you do
Four.
feel, like I do, feel
Nope.
a sense of guilt if someone buys me a gift and I don't reciprocate.
Yep.
Well, that's not
One.
the reason of Christmas
Well, but I
anyway.
still feel guilty.
Now let me ask
Two.
you this: we are all saying that we wouldn't do it today, but
Three.
have you in the past?
Nope.
No.
I
People I
One.
like.
I
Or
can't
people
think of
that-
it.
2.
Well, maybe it's not whether you like or don't like,
Three.
but you just have you're an acquaintance with.
There's
You
people I
know
like that
them
ain't
and
getting a gift, so how would I buy one for someone I don't
2.
like? Buy the least.
One.
Here's what I want to know. Am I going to
2. 3.
We'll have to wait and see,
Two.
boo-boo.
That's
Didn't you hear? We
One.
canceled Christmas because we've all been naughty.
Two.
Apparently we're all there is no gift giving.
3.
All right, still to come here on the chat.
one day.
Sneaking your music.
When it gets West
Two.
from right, it's going to be our own version of Secret Santa. All right,
Three.
our legal contributor Heather Quick is going to come up next. She's going to talk
Let's do
about
a pull
all
out
of
on
the
two.
latest legal headlines.
Did we drop
headlines
Amazon?
From Bill Cosby to UVA, so much more coming up next.
2. What, Justin?
So I guess we dropped Amazon. I didn't.
See? Amazon wasn't in here.
Oh, I guess we killed it.
Take it. Next week, y'all get to do First Coast Living. That's it's just
Next
going to
week,
be
no.
a Freaky Friday kind of
Next
thing.
week, Jovi's off, so I have it all to myself.
10,
So it's gonna
9,
be interesting.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chat ID in the chat.
Mike,
Welcome
you.
back to the chat. Well, we're sure by now that you've seen the coverage concerning FSU quarterback Jameis Winston's code of conduct hearing late last week. So Winston declined to answer questions about whether he sexually assaulted a woman 2 years ago. He did, however, read a 5-page statement during his 2-day student code of conduct hearing.
Such an intense story after that mess.
Sexually assault the accuser. The ruling
So my Heather's hair looks a little messed up too.
Joining us now to discuss the legal aspects of this.
4.
Our legal contributor, Heather Quick. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about the implications of this code of conduct hearing. This is within FSU, but are there any civil implications that could be brought forth with anything that he said during that?
Absolutely.
4.
Anything you ever say, whether it is in a court proceeding or any type of setting, can be used against you. And
She always looks like she just stopped crying to me.
Different than a courtroom, different burdens of proof.
Right, like she has chronic pink eye or something.
There really aren't any, so there's going to be a lot of information. That's why there was probably just a 5-page report prepared so that he could protect himself from.
I'm sure his lawyers advised him to do that.
I am sure, yes,
3.
because when you're being cross-examined,
4. I took out the Twitter.
That's the time when the attorney.
Do you want me to move it down?
I think I just did. Yeah.
Oh, you moved it up. You want me to move it down?
Yes, please.
Okay.
He read the statement. That was his
other
part
than
of
that,
the
but as far as, and then he's done and his lawyers are presenting everything then.
Yes, from what I understand.
4.
Wow. Which happens
6.
I mean, a lot of times that's why you hire a lawyer, so that
3.
you're sure that you say, you know,
because it can all be used against you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure
2.
words can be taken and, you know, you have different ways.
And if you're lying,
4.
you will generally get caught. And if you're nervous and scared and maybe telling the truth, you could appear to not be truthful. So there's a lot that goes into that.
It doesn't actually, it doesn't mean you're guilty.
2.
It doesn't. It means that he's well represented.
3.
Oh, this one is about Jameis? Can you take it now?
2. The one that's up.
Best
Yeah.
case is that
Not that one.
4.
he wins.
That's the
There's
I
one about
got.
Jameis,
Then he
apparently.
has to go on and play the rest of the season
It's
games.
one
You know, she has a right
graphic.
to
It's
appeal.
got to be in the
That's
proof
really the
thing
best
too. I can't
And
control.
it's still out there. You know, I think
1.
it's going to implicate him
What do I need to do?
for professional sports for sure. Worst case.
Okay.
And if he's expelled, he's off the team.
2.
But he has a right to appeal. He has a right to
When-
appeal.
Yeah, well,
3.
okay, so let's say they come out and say, okay, James
5.
Winston, you are expelled, right? And they say, let's say they do that next week. Well, you still have these games coming up. The huge
2.
game that they have against Oregon, right? That they're
That's
playing,
correct.
you know, on
4.
January 1st. So they can say, oh,
2.
we're going to appeal it, and then
It's
that
out.
pushes back after the game of potentially the national.
I think they need to move on.
Reality is, okay, the
'Cause they
school's
have
really
2 other
out of
big
session,
stuff.
So we're going to have a
4.
result. We're going to have a decision.
Next.
But then, of course, the board school's going to have to meet on what punishment based on the decision, if any. So, and I would suggest that'll take some time. Past the
2.
This isn't
games.
going anywhere anytime soon.
3.
Because if he does decide to go into the NFL, and then we're going to probably hear more from the civil case, and so it's still going to be continued. Okay,
2.
there's a new development we wanted to talk about, a story that we talked about a few weeks
3.
ago, but had a very different approach to it. The university
You said you had a UVA one?
suspended all of their fraternities following a Rolling Stones article that focused
UVA,
on alleged
but so there's no
gang
more.
rape on campus. The magazine ran a story
Okay,
about
gotcha.
an unidentified student known as Jackie, who says she was assaulted at a fraternity house in 2012. Now the magazine is backing
4.
off the story, apologizing, and in a letter to readers, Rolling Stones magazine, the editor says there are discrepancies in the victim's account and that the magazine's trust in her was misplaced. You're going to say what I'm going to say, so go ahead.
Yeah,
2.
I mean, as someone who spent many years as a journalist, I'm appalled at the lack of fact-checking in the story. A story that
3.
was so, I mean, you knew this was just going to blow the top off of
There were
this school.
serious accusations.
And they're
2.
very serious accusations, and you never checked. Was there a
3.
party? Was this person, did she meet the person as she said she did in the article? Very basic things
2.
that should have been checked. That said, does that open Rolling
3.
Stone up to even more litigation because they didn't do their due diligence?
Trying to get rid of Henny's boob.
4.
I think they've exposed themselves certainly to just some legal implications. And then they send us another story, another retraction saying not blaming the victim this time, really taking responsibility for not
3.
their position,
1.
and they were criticized for not determining, if these men could be.
Hey, how are you?
These accused.
2. Thank you.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I'm coming from the legal perspective, like
3.
they're trying to tell the story. But I do think they have some exposure
2.
because it was a
4.
very compelling story. I was very passionate about it. It really enraged me.
Let's get to Cosby.
And the worst part is,
1.
it's not that may not be true. It still may be true, but now look what that does. Now this is, here
2.
they thought, we're going to get this great story, so we go cut some corners. But now
3.
that has made it even harder for
4.
women who are going through this, because here someone told the story and they didn't do it right, so now it's going to even require the burden to be higher.
Yeah,
and I just think,
or it's a complete
2.
falsehood, but either one.
Either one,
3.
it's
It's
more harmful
damaging.
than if they hadn't reported it at all.
Well, and it harkens
4.
back
For
to
women
Duke,
in
too.
these situations.
You have
2.
to think about the allegations being hurled at these guys, and if they are innocent, claiming that something happened, that's not fair, to say the least, to those guys who were implicated.
2.
All right, so there's another story that keeps developing, and we've been talking about this on the show a lot. Comedian Bill, now you're
3.
huffing. There's a lot of huffing going on. You were huffing, though. You were huffing. But anyway, so Bill Cosby.
3.
I have no
we were
time to talk
talking
about
whether
poor
or not
Bill.
This is going to go forward in any legal capacity in the
Poor
sense that are
Bill.
we going to see criminal charges?
Not poor Bill. I'm definitely not sympathetic or anything.
Except for,
2.
let's talk about this
Dirty old
California
Bill.
There we go.
case. It says that she was 15 when she was allegedly assaulted
3.
by Bill Cosby. But talk about the California law that the
Sure we did.
statute of limitations may not apply
2.
to her.
If it is,
4.
and every state's different, but when we have minors that are victims of sexual abuse, there is a different standard. We look at, well, when did they know?
1.
Because maybe they don't know it's wrong when we consider really anyone under 18 that they don't have the full capacity to understand if maybe that was a crime against them. And as is common in sexual
2.
abuse of minors, they may repress it, not be able to tell, and then it comes out later.
1.
At some point in their later life that they really then become aware, this happened to me. So
4.
when we look at that, that's when the statute begins to run. At that point
30.
in time, even as an adult, that they realized that this was wrong, this was done to them.
But-
Maybe they remember.
2.
But Heather, all of these cases extremely difficult to
3.
prove because there is no physical evidence.
That's correct. It's going to be quite the battle, and I believe that is why it's gone to the
2.
media at this point, and I really do
4.
admire the challenge L'Oreal threw down to him. Well,
Wrap.
and I don't think that's fair to him,
2.
really. There's no right answer to that.
Right.
1.
That's not the way that the justice system
Right.
works. But I have to admire,
4.
okay, you say you're, let's go prove it. Let's go prove you're innocent. That's
2.
great.
Yeah,
Just
drop the
waive that
statute of
right.
limitations.
Put a little
3.
money aside, 100
Yeah.
million,
100
just in
million.
case.
4.
And let's all have it heard out there. And I find that to be very bold, and I think she's
2.
trying to do something for these women that really they
Wrap.
have no
1.
legal,
Oh, yeah.
no legal right to do.
A pipe dream.
So
2.
heartbreaking, so heartbreaking.
Yeah. No, the whole thing is, either like
Okay.
you have so many women who have
Over it.
manufactured this story, or all of this is true, and either way. It's
Tease.
awful. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Heather Quick, as always. And if you have any questions for Heather Quick or you need legal advice, you can check out the Quick Law Group's website, quicklawgroup.com. We want to know your thoughts on Rolling Stone's story. We have posted a poll on our
Computer's
website.
up.
The producers have. You can check it out, ladies.
Do you want me to skip a bump?
Weigh in, and we'll reveal the results later.
Sure.
Still to come on the chat. The cast of Dirty Dancing is going to join us
3.
live on set to talk about their performance
Somebody break.
in town, and we will be right back.
And take it. The opposite, but we got 10.
Okay, never mind.
9. 8. Camera
Okay.
7. 6. If you need to move them now. 4.
I can't now.
3. 2. Here's A. Well, that's what the bumps are for.
That's true.
Semi-camera 3.
Camera 30.
And Mikey Stacy.
All right, how many of you ladies love Dirty Dancing? The hit movie launched actor Patrick Swayze to fame, grossing over $200 million in box office earnings, and taking
Stand by
home
camera
an Oscar
2.
back in '87 for Best Music Original Song. Do you remember that song? Of course, everybody does. It was called "I Had the Time of My Life." Joining us now are 2 stars of the cast of Dirty Dancing, the classic story
2.
on stage, Sam Edgerly
1.
and Jim Lee Shallow. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
2.
So a great show.
Yeah, how exciting is it
3.
to be in? I guess we could say it's a classic story
2.
now. It's been long enough. I mean, how exciting is it to be in Dirty
3.
Dancing? Because everybody does know it.
It's
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I grew up with this
One.
movie.
Yeah.
The amount that my mom played it at home. And
Two.
it's sort of fun to experience, to sort of share those
One.
experiences, and the lift moment, and nobody puts baby in a corner, all these sort
Yeah,
of big
yeah.
moments
Yeah.
with so many people. It's sort of cool
Two.
experience.
Well,
Yeah.
so that said, everybody does know
Three.
the story. The movie is just so loved by so many people. Does that put more pressure on you guys, or do you feel like
Two.
people come with an expectation that it's going to be great?
I mean, the great
One.
thing about the show, I mean, it's exactly the same as the film, and I think all the fans
Five.
that followed the film since the release, I don't think they will be disappointed when they see the musical, because we have all the iconic pop songs, especially that I grew up to, and it's so amazing to hear the audience how vocal they are, at the start of the show and also the finale of the show. So I don't think it puts a lot of pressure on us. I think it's great to be, amongst, hearing what goes on.
Well, because I think when you have something like this, people will
Choose
want
it.
it to be like the movie,
Yes,
because
like
they're
the
probably
movie.
going to see it because they love the movie, so you gotta go see the show.
Yeah.
Even my boyfriend is interested in seeing this.
Two.
And I was a little surprised, because
One.
guys and, But
Three.
now you mentioned it's like the movie, but your character
Two.
was not in the movie,
No,
right,
it wasn't.
Chenley? It
Yeah,
was
my-
made specifically for the
Yeah,
for
my
this
One.
character is
You
a
go.
new addition to the show.
Okay.
I see her pretty much as a storyteller through music, and I like to think of her as the voice of babies.
Trying to see
and
which
I
way
thought
she
that
was
Baby
going.
had a voice.
Yeah. Two.
Now you don't replace Baby.
No, I
Baby's
don't.
in it.
No,
Three.
oh my God,
Okay.
no,
One.
I don't replace her at all. But,
Four.
my character pretty much, she sings throughout this, throughout the
Two.
show. She doesn't have any lines, so she can make.
I have four set if you need it.
Four.
So
Okay.
tell us about your character.
I
Two.
play
Camera's still off kilter.
the most hated
Oh,
guy
I hate
ever.
Tim.
But that's okay.
How
One.
would you play a guy that everybody hates? Look at that.
Oh, stop.
Is that him in the video
No,
too?
it's actually sort of fun. I mean, I
Maybe, I don't know.
you play with an expectation that people have, and you
Different
get all
nose.
the way to the end.
No,
One.
is Robbie
moment that,
isn't
I
the
know Baby's dad, and
Robbie's not the
you're
lead.
upset,
Is that
so
Patrick
people
Swayze? No.
cheer and go crazy.
He's
I
a
sort of
jerk.
get that. I have it
Two.
Right,
in
yeah.
my office, I get cheered.
Yeah.
Sort of sad,
Well,
but also sort of.
But he's
Two.
completely the opposite in person. Like, his personality is like total opposite from Robbie.
One.
But he plays it very well on
I have a
stage.
bad side too.
Two.
Oh, do you?
Oh, sorry.
Three.
Tell.
Four.
That's right.
Two. Oh, I used that tweet. Is this a new one?
No, she left, so I don't think.
Okay. Three.
It's the one about being excited to see Renee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Day in, day out.
Two.
We're around each other all the time. So,
I'm gonna
yeah,
play more
we're like
B-roll.
a little family, on the road. Yeah.
So in the movie, again, we know a lot of the dance numbers, and obviously the lift is still in there. That's gotta be
Yes,
in
yes,
there.
yes.
What about all the other dance numbers? Are they a lot like what's in the movie, or what are we gonna see?
They actually did, when they created the stage version of this, they added about 20 new scenes, and they also wanted to try to tell the story more through dance in the movie, because the movie had a few dance moments, but didn't really have that much, and now we have sort of a lot.
Yeah. I think it's mainly, we have a lot of last
Two.
Four.
dances, sort of ballroom. We have a lot
One.
of grinding, which
Well, it's
Two.
all time
Yeah.
dancing.
Exactly.
Hey, come on now. Do you have any twerking?
No twerking.
Four.
No twerking.
No twerking.
Two.
Add that in somewhere.
maybe that's a good idea. I mean, maybe
One.
That's funny.
maybe it's something we can talk
Two.
about.
Tony.
Before you guys go, tell us just a little bit about yourselves. I know people maybe are
Three.
hearing a little bit of that accent.
Oh,
You're
God.
from
Two.
Trinidad and Tobago. Tell us a little bit about what brought you to the show. What was your path
Four.
here?
Well, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
One.
I was born there, but I was raised in St. Vincent. And how it all began for me, my big break
Two.
came to me in Trinidad when I was cast as Nala in The Lion King.
Four.
And so
Aw.
since that door opened, all these
Two.
doors started opening up. So I'm just really blessed and really grateful
One.
to be in America and
Justin.
what I love to do.
Two.
Yep.
My story's far less interesting. I'm from
One.
Annapolis,
Four.
Maryland.
Wow, okay, might as well
Period.
just
Two.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that is so boring. Wow.
One.
So that's pretty it. No, and I went to school in D.C. I finished school in Washington, D.C.
Four.
Did shows around there, and
Yeah.
auditioned up
One.
in New York, and got the show.
There it is.
Two.
Awesome.
Thanks for taking out time to come visit with us.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. I'm sure you're not boring. I mean,
No, I'm not.
Interesting.
One.
Thank you.
just
Wrap.
kidding.
Two.
Well, this show is wonderful. We want to thank you so much. for coming. I can't wait to see the show.
3.
I'm sure a lot of people feel the exact same way. And if you want to see it, great seats are still available for all 7 performances.
Just do a pull out on 2.
Through this Sunday evening, so you got to go this weekend. Ticket prices start at $37.50. You can buy them online at artistseriesjacks.org or call
Look at Tony go.
on your screen.
If you can see it.
Yes. Still to come on the chat, she's done the
is
makeup to
she-
celebrities like Selena
Just
Gomez,
keep going.
Denzel Washington. Renee Parento is going to join us live next.
And all right, everybody back in but Stacy, and we're adding Renee. On 3, please. We got 15.
All right.
So this is video 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Welcome back to the chat. So you know you may.
Look at her waiting. I'm so proud of Casey.
Includes the names like Denzel Washington, Selena Gomez, John Stamos, William. Did you just go who?
No, I mean like.
Oh no, like who's that?
2.
Well, it could go a long way.
3.
And we have
I need
we're
a
very
fixed
special to have
camera 4, so
today
just
because
let me
we're
know
gonna
when
try
I
to get you to
can.
come on the show.
2.
And you're just very busy, and you have this client list that is the mile
Who are
long.
you? Like,
Renee Parento
thank you.
joining us, and you are a makeup artist.
I'll take one,
extraordinaire.
Justin. You can
Let's talk
move
about some
forward.
of the celebrities that you cater to and work for. I mean, the list really is
3.
a mile long.
I've been doing this a long
1.
time, so the list has grown.
And you look 20. That's what's amazing.
2.
First of all, how do you accumulate this list? I mean, do you just is one
3. You
person
got a lot of
one person?
headroom.
And I've seen
Yeah,
your work speaks for itself, so I'm sure that has something to do.
It's mostly word
3.
of mouth, and through the years I started
1.
in Los Angeles, so I worked with different photographers mostly, and so they passed my name around. And for example, here in Jacksonville, moved here about 7 years ago. I worked on a reality show, Oprah Winfrey
2.
Network in Kingsland, Georgia.
3.
And from there, that producer referred me to Trisha
1.
Yearwood for Trisha's Southern Kitchen. So they kind of passed the name around.
I love
you know,
that
see
show.
how you work, and they want to go with somebody kind of tried and true, and they know the personality, what to expect. Yeah.
Now you travel a lot, even though you're from in
2.
Jacksonville. You travel a lot for your work. So where do you go? Like, what are some exotic locations and great places that you've been able to go to?
4.
4.
Islands. I've been as far as Spain.
It's a gorgeous shot of her.
Celebrity wardrobe stylist friend Cindy Whitehead in Los Angeles got me a great job with tailor-made Adidas Golf.
1.
In Spain with Sergio Garcia. It's the first time I met him. He was 19 years old.
3.
Yeah, Sergio.
So what is this picture of his first?
This year, just not a few months
4.
I'll tell Casey to cue it. Casey, we have a picture of her first magazine, John Travolta on the cover.
Maybe wanted to break
1.
into the business, have that big break to mimic what you're doing. What type of advice would you give that person to try and get their feet wet, so to speak?
4.
Well, I need to just get as much education as I can. It's easy these days with YouTube. When I started out, there was no YouTube. There was no internet. Exactly. And then they need to practice, and then network.
3.
They should probably
4.
move to a big market, so where they have the most opportunity to work and get experience, and then they can kind of work
1.
where they want. So coming back here,
create that network.
after you create the network
2.
and clients and your
Who do you
portfolio.
get experience
Come on,
with?
let Casey talk.
1.
I'll do Denzel Washington for my first, because you're not
Speaking
going to
of
get that
Denzel,
kind of job.
How do you make up
2.
Just cut her off completely.
She's
Middle
about
of
to
the
be like,
freaking
who was your
question.
first? Tony was totally going to ask that. 3.
We actually have a magazine cover that we want to show the people at home that you did. And this was kind of back in the day.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was when John. Yeah, John. I think it done Look Who's Talking. It was a movie magazine. So that was my first cover.
4.
My first, big celebrity. And I was a little nervous. And John Travolta's gonna walk in. He walks in and he's life size. He's friendly. He was great to work with.
1.
Yeah,
He was
that's
human.
absolutely nice.
So
I'm interested in the process because you do a lot of magazine
3.
shoots. Tell how long does it take? What is your process of shooting, start to finish?
2.
Well, it depends on the project. And
4.
usually, as a makeup artist, it depends because I'm a makeup artist and I'm also a photographer. And here in Jacksonville, I combine both of it to give everybody this celebrity
2.
Do you prefer one to the other?
I love them both because I love variety. So
3.
I know what I'm going to be doing, but I like to do the combination. But
4.
say if I'm working with a photographer or production company, start with the makeup. Maybe that takes an hour, and then they do the lighting, and then the whole process. For example,
Do you want me taking these videos?
That's what I was waiting to see.
How awful that must seem.
Go ahead, yeah.
Anyone in particular?
No.
I would do the ones with their celebrity. That's the second one, I think.
Yeah. Has that ever happened?
D6.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes I get a call, you know, like, oh, Mr. Clooney would like to do his makeup.
Just tell them I'm your assistant.
We're looking at some of your pictures here. Shannon Miller, obviously another local. So that's exciting to know that you're doing this and that, and there's Sergio, and that you're local. What part of town do you live in? Where are you?
One.
I live in,
right?
yeah, that's Ryan. Yeah, I live in Springfield, historic Springfield. Yeah, and I have a studio there where I do my photography and makeup and the whole process, and then I travel out to different production studios and then around the country.
That's all of them.
Because you just never know. That's what I love about what I do.
Any
You never know
upcoming
who's gonna
projects
call.
coming up?
2.
The other one
Well,
is
lots
like
of different
magazine
projects.
covers.
3.
Got it, okay.
One in Orlando coming
30.
up.
4.
One coming up, I think I have a shoot with Nickelodeon down there. I just never know.
Gosh, you have a
One.
real life, honey. How do you ever do it?
I love it. I love
I'm
it.
sure.
I love
sure.
meeting ladies like you.
2.
Very exciting, and so happy that you're in Jacksonville. Like, I love it
3.
when people are.
And you can pick anywhere in the world.
Yeah, anywhere in the
Well,
world.
United
You are.
States, you know, if you wanted to be, and you're right here in
2.
Yeah, Jacksonville's exciting. It's like
Wrap after this.
It's like a great quality of life here. You know, there's not a lot of traffic. People are friendly.
4.
And everybody's been super supportive of my work here, so I love it.
Well, and
1.
people can get a taste of what
2.
it's like to get your makeup done by someone who does the stars, because you are available to the public to do photo
That
shoots.
monitor
and
ended up
right?
turning out
Exactly
perfectly.
right, and even
4.
Everybody becomes a celebrity after I do their makeup
Wrap.
and photo.
I've seen your work.
Because with social media
2.
now, it's super important that you have
3.
a great photo. You have your makeup done. You
4.
have the same experience that you have
Come
with
on.
the celebrities that I work
Let's
with.
go.
They have a makeup artist, a wardrobe stylist, and all that. You need to go through that for just even a corporate headshot.
4.
So when they put it back,
We already booked it. We're coming in. You don't have to tell us anymore.
Alright, 3. You can get a
Because
close
social media,
location
you become
or
a
whatever.
You know, Eddie, I'll tell
I'm
you, it's
taking
so
4
important. And
away.
thank you for coming on. And for more information, if people want to reach
3.
out to you, they can do so. Your website
I'll
is
take it away.
reneeparento.com. Is that Renee Parento
photo.com.
Renee Parento Photo.
Correct.
At the bottom. All right. Well, thank you. Again, we're out of time, but we really do appreciate it. Still to come here in the chat, we are talking the latest celebrity headlines with Tony Fox.
Deadlines.
And take it.
Headlines, deadlines. There we go.
Cool. Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stem my casing. And Mikey Casey.
All those screens up there, I have no idea how to keep any of that stuff straight. Welcome back to the chat. So up now, Tony Fox with the latest celebrity
2.
gossip, and we're starting with the local thing going on over at Everbank.
Yes, in June, Florida Country Superfest.
4.
It's going to be the second year next year. Tickets went on sale at noon.
Website's
They're on
up.
sale now, yes. Today.
4.
And these are two-day tickets, so they're not selling single-day tickets. It's a two-day concert festival, June 13th and 14th. Superstars Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown Band, Keith Urban, Brantley Gilbert.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, last year there were like 70,000 people who came to Jacksonville in one weekend.
Wow.
So
2.
that's a big deal. Yeah, it is a really big deal. So tickets on sale
4.
at noon. It's a great stocking stuffer, and they're two-day packages. Single-day tickets, I don't know when they're going on sale. Maybe
2.
after the first of the year. We'll see.
Okay.
You can listen to WQIK and we'll tell you.
All right, that's right.
Like how I say things.
Yeah, okay. I like that. What
All
else
right.
you got?
So Joan Rivers' will has been read, I guess, or whatever.
Form.
New York's Page 6 got a hold of it. Melissa
Made
Rivers
public,
is being
maybe?
named the executor
It's been
of
read.
the will. $150 million she doled out, supposedly. And it wasn't just Melissa who got it. Melissa's son, Joan's
Two.
grandson, niece and nephew.
3.
Her assistants,
4.
her publicists have said that she was amazingly generous in her will. She also gave a lot to charity. The charity
1.
that she championed when she did Celebrity Apprentice, which
4.
is God's Love We Deliver, where they give meals in New York City to shut-ins, people who can't, go out, and other Jewish charities, a charity for the blind, cystic fibrosis, etc. And there is a mention in the will
2.
about a forthcoming malpractice lawsuit.
Wow.
I think
Really?
Melissa's going to sue. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not either. Joan was 81, but
will?
she was a vibrant 81,
1.
and when you hear the report of all the mistake after mistake that happened, I'd
4.
probably sue too. Teach them a lesson.
2.
So, All right, let's move on. There is a new TV show that's going to be starting. Have you guys, any of you, seen American Crime Story on FX? Any of you follow that?
Four.
Or I'm sorry, American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Two.
American Horror Story.
Two.
Okay, well, they're going to have this sister TV show, and that is called American Crime Story. And it is going to, they take one story for the whole season. And the story that they have chosen is focusing on O.J. Simpson and his trial from the perspective of the lawyers. And who is going to play O.J. Simpson?
I've seen that.
Hugo Gooding Jr.
He looks great.
I think he could do a really good job with it.
But he's gotten buffed up for this role, and he looks
One.
so
Well,
He's
yes.
an Oscar, right? Hasn't
Two.
he?
Yes, from
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry
Yeah.
Maguire.
Four.
Next.
He's made some questionable films
One.
that weren't real hits. Some kind of, he's been up and down.
Next.
So we'll see
Everybody has
10
it.
episodes. It's all going to focus on the
Four.
O.J. trial.
Same producers
Two.
as American Horror Story?
One.
Same
It's
producers
like
or
a,
it's
yes,
just a sister
yeah,
show?
it's like a sister show.
Two.
Supposedly Rihanna is pregnant.
Okay.
MediaTakeout.com.
Media Takeout is so bogus.
Monitor.
So that
Did
they
you well.
They've sold how many magazines as a result?
Right.
Three.
They are
One.
betting any other media company $10,000 to take them up on this bet. They say they have two
Four.
sources. She even is recording a song that talks about the baby growing inside me, and she is banned smoking weed in
One.
the studio, which is a
that's
big
major.
deal for her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll
Two.
see if she's really pregnant or not.
Four.
Next.
Two.
And Kelly Clarkson has a new look.
What does she do? I'm intrigued by this.
She shaved the side of her head.
That's like Bonnie.
That's exactly like Bonnie.
30.
You better watch what they say.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't
Kelly
think
is
it
late.
looks good on Kelly. She shaved her head. She sang at the Miss Vietnam pageant,
One.
2014 pageant.
I saw
And
that
I
video.
just I don't think it looked
Four.
very good.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, Justin, thanks.
The
You're
color I
welcome.
never cared
Oh,
for.
you're talking so much and I
So
can't
naturally
understand
blonde.
you.
Right.
Rap.
But look, did you see that?
Blah, blah,
It was different than
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's
cute.
all it
That's
is
cute.
That's trendy.
two.
And the dress is
dig it.
amazing, too.
You like it?
That's
Four.
James'
Rap.
Only one side.
Two.
Okay.
Okay, I guess some.
She's edgy. She's a rock. Sorry. She's
All about easiness. All right. Well, thanks, Tony. We'll be right back.
Three.
Quick break. See you in a second.
And C. Take it. Justin, I don't understand shit you're saying. And B, Lori.
Okay. Got it up.
Alright. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And my cue.
Welcome back to the chat. I am playing designated interviewer as we get into the next segment.
You know, somebody's got to do the
Somebody's
drinking
got
around here.
to do it, and so other people have to go ahead and read the teleprompter, which is what I'm going to do. And if you haven't gotten into the spirit of the holiday season as of yet, joining us now is Anthony Auger, a bartender
Four.
at the St. Augustine Distillery, and he's going to show us how to make two
One.
very special holiday drinks that could be a big hit at your next party or family get-together. Anthony, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me
We're
back.
super excited to have you.
I'm really excited.
Tony is beyond excited. So
This is
Four.
now happy hour on the chat.
it is for
One.
you,
Hold
but you do have to get up
And
3 a.m.
B.
tomorrow morning.
I
just
do.
FYI. All right. So what are we going to make?
We are going to make the first drink is going to be called the Autumn Breeze.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of fall and winter inspired.
Okay.
Some fresh orange juice as well as some apple juice that I made.
Okay.
Corn.
Some fresh lemon juice.
Fresh. These are fresh
This is
juices.
all
that
fresh
you make.
everything. Yeah.
Yum,
And
okay.
then some
Is there
cinnamon
anything you
syrup.
don't get passionate
Yeah.
about?
Well, it's alcohol.
Oh, okay.
All
sorry.
right, so this is going to be a vodka drink. So we're going to be
Okay.
using the St. Augustine Distillery vodka
Yeah, you make
Alright.
right there.
that we make
And
at
you
the
can
distillery.
you can purchase, like I can come purchase, right? It's like what, 2 bottles a year or
2
something?
bottles per person per year by law, but you can go to the ice plant and buy as many as you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you got to buy a bottle shop or they have a license to sell.
But it's
all
good
the
to
spirits.
support the local economy. I mean,
Yes.
this is distilled
Yep.
in St.
Yeah,
Augustine.
absolutely.
Okay, let's get to
All right,
making the
let's
drink.
get the drink.
Five.
All right, so vodka first. I've got
right,
yours
one
here.
drink.
We're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You're
going to make
gonna
Four.
one for the ladies,
You're
and
gonna
I'm
fill
going to
this
walk
one
it
all
over
the
to
way
the
up.
other set.
So that's 1.5 ounces of the vodka.
And this is in the.
One.
Yeah, that's the 1.5 ounce
And we
portion.
measure it so it'll be perfectly tasty and
Yes.
perfect. Did I put too much?
Exactly. No, you're fine. You can fill it all the way up.
Just ask that question?
And then you're gonna do fresh apple juice.
Fresh apple
So this is going to be 1 ounce of that. So that's the smaller side of your jigger. Yes, perfect.
Oh, I'm dripping. Sorry. I don't know why I didn't pour
Corn.
all of it in. What was I thinking? Sorry.
We've done what now?
We've
Oh
got
my God.
vodka, apple,
Half of
and
it on the table, right?
This is going to be 3/4 of an ounce of that. So
A lot
that's
of
the
liquor.
portion of your
What middle?
of this side. See this fancy little wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I don't go all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see.
Not everything has to be filled to the max.
No. Balance. We're all about balancing drinks here.
Yes, of course.
All right, so then some fresh lemon juice as well. So that's the same amount of the lemon juice.
And this is where we have to put the liquor, and then we put like the sweet and acid stuff, right?
Exactly. So
Four.
Where am I
Four.
doing all the way up
No,
again?
just to the same line.
Same line.
And then the same amount for our cinnamon syrup. This is literally just a simple syrup.
You guys
One.
create.
Cinnamon infused into it. Yeah, really easy to make.
4.
What's the ratio of like sweet to sour to citrus to whatever?
We typically follow a
1.
build called 2-1-1, so it's 2 parts something strong, 1 part something sweet, and 1 part something sour. But in addition to, we also have some nice tart orange juice and apple juice.
4.
And of course, you can always make it to how you like
Yeah,
it. You know,
exactly.
just because that's the rule.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, you know, if you want
Right,
to
like that. Like, what did you just
What
put
is
in there?
this?
So this is bitters. This is what we call like the
1.
salt and pepper of cocktails.
Now, what if I don't really like bitter? Should I still just
Give it a
like
shot.
a little
I
bit?
promise you
Okay.
it'll be delicious.
I
There
trust
you
you.
go.
Four.
That's
But
where.
can I taste it? That's
You might not want to taste it by itself.
Because it's
One.
bitter.
It's very bitter,
Okay.
yeah, but it's just going to
Hence
add a
the
nice,
name, bitter.
another dimension
It's
to our
sticky too, so we
cocktail.
don't like it.
All
What am I
right,
doing?
so now we're going to add ice to this.
And tell us about the ice, because the ice is a big deal.
So really big,
Look
dense.
how perfect it is.
4.
This is
Inch and
picture
a quarter.
perfect ice right here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
3.
That's the good
And
stuff.
you guys, this is special to you guys. Why?
1.
Yeah, well, there's a company that makes it, but we have a large focus on the ice program at the ice plant as well. Because ice is actually what we consider an
4.
ingredient in a cocktail, and not just something.
Is this, which drink is this? Is this, are they doing both of them?
This is a
Autumn
vodka.
breeze.
Oh, well then they need to move on.
Bubbles, no nothing.
Bee's knees? Yeah.
Put that on there like
Tight, so you don't.
yeah.
Give it nice and tight.
Right.
Casey, we've got to get to the
Yeah,
second
and we're gonna
drink.
Shake it.
Shake it up.
1.
Last time, Casey told me I had no rhythm.
Well,
do I still?
I wasn't. Was it Henny?
All right.
I know.
It's fine.
Okay.
As long as we get it cold and mixed up.
Yeah,
all right?
it is really cold.
Two.
It's cold fast. Okay, so
All right.
now what we do?
2 fingers very into
4.
Oh, this is where I can never
and
do.
we're getting it off like that.
Yeah, they're gonna,
You just hit it. I can't do it.
he's gonna have to make the second one. They're just gonna have to have cups in the end of the show.
2.
Okay,
So now we're gonna put ice in this guy,
so we've got ice there, ice here, and
and then we're gonna
I
strain
can't wait
it.
to taste
We're
this.
gonna strain it into that glass there.
Wait, why are we straining?
We're gonna strain it. We always want to use fresh ice. This stuff is called dirty ice. Not that it's dirty.
I don't think we're gonna get
We
to the
always
second
use
one.
fresh
I don't
ice
think
for
so either.
everything, so it's not
And then
over
it's like this?
diluted.
How do we do
Yeah,
this?
so you're gonna hold your hand like that, and then right in there.
Man,
4.
You're getting
natives are
impatient over there.
It looks really good. Of course it looks good, because it's gonna be good.
To make it look a little prettier.
Don't make the
we're gonna
second
throw
one.
Some fresh rosemary in there as well. Put a little straw in it.
I'm gonna float it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk this over to the ladies over here because I know that they really want one.
3.
So I'm gonna go behind the television.
All right. So for
Oh, wow.
it's good. It's got that nice cinnamon spice to it. That fresh
It
orange
does.
juice.
I went
And
right
it's
to
not
Henny
bitter.
because I want
No.
the gift. The bitters
She
in
said
there. She
just
only
makes
gives
everything
presents to her
better.
friends over
Yeah.
Christmas. That's why I gave her the gift.
That
You
is
got
a true
drinks
statement.
over there too?
All right. And then so for
All right, now the next,
Do
the
we have time,
second
do we have
one,
time
this
for
is
one
so
more?
good.
What's the time like?
1 minute.
1 minute.
But
Wait
this
a
one is
minute.
already
Yeah.
kind of prepared,
This
you were
one's
talking, right?
already a built cocktail.
Okay.
So I made the entire cocktail. And
I'll
I just
unfloat it,
put
sorry.
in a bottle. So
4.
it's already a pre-made
Oh,
cocktail.
see, there you go.
So
Which
this
is
is
perfect if you're having a party.
exactly. So just
I
bottle
unfloated
it up.
whatever
and all you have
that
to do is
was.
put it in
1.
What did you put in this
to the
one?
shaker. This is 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of lemon juice, a half an ounce of honey syrup, and a half an ounce of clove syrup. So
Okay.
again, keeping with that fall.
So even though you already made it,
tradition.
you still need to shake it up
You still
again.
need to shake it up. You want to add it, air to it. You want to dilute it. You want to make it cold, and you want to mix it all together. still.
Okay.
30.
We are in
You either got 2 or you got
16 off of
7.
Riberia Street, right outside of Old Town, or in Old Town in Lincolnville.
Shake it up.
Actually, can I do 3?
So I'm a little
Sure.
basic.
1.
That's what you need to do. You need to get some, rhythm.
Some
Get in her ear and tell
I-
them that
I
they're going to be on
don't.
camera
I get
with.
it, honey. I
Ooh,
get
and
it.
a really
And then the fancy glass.
Yay.
Alright, so this is called the
Okay.
Bee's Knees
The
cocktail.
bee's knees.
The
I
bee's
love
Four.
it.
That's awesome. Well,
It
thank
looks
you,
really good.
Anthony
Very
Auger.
welcome.
We
I will
appreciate you
taste
being
this.
here.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks so much to the St. Augustine Distillery for coming on, you guys. We really appreciate it.
And you could
can
just
find
use
Katie's
this music
recipes
to-
both
for
drinks
the
on our
bump.
Facebook page, the Ladies of the Chat, and for more Visit Strong. Your voice is like 10 octaves.
Good.
So St. Augustine Distillery, you guys have tours, tasting, drink classes, and so much more. Just go to the website, staugustinedistillery.com, and we will be right
Good to
there.
say she's there.
Thumbs up.
And take it.
Okay.
Bumpy.
10.
No bump?
9. 8.
Gave me more time.
7. 6. Is that cool?
That's
5.
fine.
4. 3.
Whoa.
2. 1. Stop fidgeting.
Ready?
Back to you.
Welcome back to the chat. It has long been claimed that names can influence
Y'all tell her.
your chances of
Yeah, we
doing
were
well
counting
in
down.
life, and now it seems that they can also impact your behavior as well. According to a new study, children named Jacob, Daniel, Amy, and Georgia are most likely to display impeccable behavior, while those named Ella, Bethany, Joseph, and Cameron are most often to be found on the naughty list. The findings come from a survey that looked at the names of more than 53,000 school children who logged good behavior or achievement awards in online sticker books. Let me just ask you this. Who combed through 63,000 sticker books to come up with these names?
That's a great question.
Somebody
That is a
got
great
money
question.
for the study.
Yeah.
That's
Two.
what
Much
happened.
time on their hands. Yeah, exactly.
Every day we have random
How do they
studies.
come up with these answers? I
1.
don't-
You have to look at who's behind it. And who's
Two.
funding
Yeah,
the
that's true.
study and who
Yeah.
ultimately comes out ahead.
I'll drink to that. There
1.
you go.
Wow.
You guys know I have a
Oh, she's double
Two.
fisted
Poor
drinking.
Cameron.
I have a Cameron.
Oh.
Three.
Naughty or
Naughty
nice?
list.
What was his sticker book? Or sure,
Two.
your
Well,
sticker
it
book
said
like?
she, and what is a sticker
3.
book?
Don't you have any sticker books? Yeah, a little sticker.
No.
2.
I'm sorry. No.
Okay, I don't know
One.
what that is, but she's not naughty.
3.
Well, there's always exceptions.
2.
But you're not going to cancel Christmas.
4.
No,
Oh, please
Two.
don't
there'll
cancel
be no
Christmas.
Christmas canceling.
3.
Huh?
You better tell her.
I'm
Oh,
like,
you know she will.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what they said about your name, but yeah,
Two.
she's nice. She's nice.
Yeah, you sure?
No, not tea.
Maybe there are things you don't know.
All right,
Mama.
well, before we go,
1.
Would you like to take a drink after that now?
2.
you know what, I'm going to slow down on that thing a little bit. I've noticed like half of it
Four.
is half full.
Yeah, I mean, geez, Tony, you sip.
1.
Socially sip,
Okay.
sweet pea.
Okay.
2.
1 minute show.
Sip one of each.
There you go. You know, okay. All right, before we go, we wanted to
Casey.
reveal the results of the post that we
Oh, do I need to-
we posted online about UVA. We wanted to get your opinion on that Rolling Stone UVA story, and so we've asked you a question. There we go. What do you think about all of this? And 13% people who responded say, I'm not convinced campus rape is a big issue to begin with. And there was 20%
We asked
who
you a
said
question.
This credits all victims. The majority of the people thought it doesn't matter. The young woman was traumatized. Of course her memories are hazy. And then 20% people said all this scrutiny will discourage
30.
victims from speaking out. That's kind of what Heather Quick was. So,
There we go.
Interesting answers and
4.
percentages on that. I think, yeah.
okay.
2.
Anyhow.
All right, so I'm
20.
gonna get a drink. You
4.
all can do whatever you want to do over
You know
there.
what?
1. Perfect.
Shout out to my family in San Antonio. Hey, y'all. See you soon. Smooches.
10,
Watching.
9, 8, 7,
Have a great one.
6, 5. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna go.
Alan.
Okay. No, you're welcome.
Some good stuff. You're gonna get partridges and French hen. More surprise gifts.
Thank you, Death Storm. And take it.